Let's do this. I'm outside now the auction house. Well, the gallery, I should say, just after the auction on Old Brompton Road here, and just
Earl's Court,
Earl's Court.
noise,
No, yes,
traffic,
yeah, this is it. And
traffic lights,
taxis. East London,
people.
basically. Yeah, this is quite nice. We're a nice chilled spot where some drunken guy was earlier.
We had to pick him up out on the road.
We did, and an ambulance came along
The
as well.
ambulance came for him, but he was already gone.
So, thank you NHS. That's the first thing we want to put in. But the second thing I want to talk about is I'm sat next to the one and only Nathan Sonic.
That's me. I'm sat next to the one and only Rebel Money.
And what a day to be alive, my friend, isn't it? And it's slightly rainy.
It's a little bit too cold.
It's on that verge, isn't it? Where it's not kind of freezing and we can't be outside, but it's a little bit chilly. How's your day been so far here at the gallery?
Yeah, it's been good. Spent the morning travelling, wondering if I was even going to be coming because my son was feigning an illness and so might not have gone into school, but he went in the end, so I managed to come down here. It's really nice to see a bunch of people who I've known for a while and to meet new people as well. So yeah, it's really great. A nice vibe, as with most crypto things, especially the NFT stuff. Really nice vibes.
It is. It's been a great gathering of the community today, I think, and under the banner of Pepe here, and some incredible works that have actually been selected, and including some of your work. You have, I believe, is it one piece up today?
Just one piece, and it's a collaboration. So it's Pepper Street, which is a piece that I made for the Rare Pepes back in 2017ish or something. But my good friend Jen has done an actual tapestry of the Pepper Street, and she's done an unbelievably amazing job of it, and the quality is incredible. And she even researched how they stitched it, how they stitched the original Pepper Street and copied their stitching techniques, and yeah, I mean, it's just come out amazingly well. And we were going to flog it as soon as it was done, but I couldn't flog it right away, so I'm keeping hold of it just for a little bit. And now it's the bear market. It's a good time to just hold it for a while, and maybe when the next bull comes round, then we'll flog it.
Definitely. I think I'd look, obviously earlier, we're outside now, but I'd look earlier. It's a fantastic piece. A lot of love and care has gone into the actual stitching, and stays true as well to your original 2017 Pepe.
Yeah, definitely.
I was thinking now, obviously, you back in the day, you've created many Pepes now, and you've today put out, or in the gallery, you've got a physical Pepe. Is this the first physical Pepe piece that you've actually put out in public?
Do you know what? I think it is, but I feel like, I don't know, I was doing some other stuff, but no, I think this really is the first actual physical, that's been put out there. Oh no, I've got the blankets. That's what I did. The blankets. I was like, I'm sure I've done something else. No, but obviously they're not Rare Pepes, the blankets. The blankets were Kaleidoscope stuff, and that was last year. I feel like I did some other stuff before that as well, but the blankets were the main big hitter last year. And I don't know if you've seen them, but basically I put Kaleidoscope, which is the platform that I have on Counterparty. I put it onto 4 separate blankets with each sort of separated roughly into what year the assets were released on Kaleidoscope, and it's literally just a screenshot of the web page, for those years. So some of the NFTs are on there would have been missed off a little bit, but the essence was there, and that's the important thing. So I brought them to CoinFest last year, which was this time last year, November 2021, and they were presents for some of these guys who were part of the community. So Mr. Hansel and Easy B, Indelible Trade, and the fourth one went to some random person who was just there. I had a spare one to give away, and so yeah, there was just someone sat with them, and I just gave it to them.
Oh, that's very nice of you.
Oh, well, it was it was nice of them to receive them.
Yeah, well,
it was nice. It was just nice to be able to give something to those guys. We've been in chats together for 5 years, 4 years, 5 years, and that was the first time I actually met them. And people tend to bring stuff to these things anyway. So yeah, I was like, what can I bring? What can I bring? And we'd made a joke about blankets before in Kaleidoscope, so I was like, well, how about some Kaleidoscope blankets? And that was it. Although I must point out, Mr. Hansel has never submitted anything to Kaleidoscope, so I'm a bit disappointed about that. And I thought maybe the blanket would change things, but still a year on, still no submission to Kaleidoscope. So making that public.
Oh, that's great. We do like a bit of a public shaming here, and especially when it comes to Mr. Hansel as well.
Yeah. Well, he's such a big celebrity.
He is.
Brought down
He does need. I think this is it now. He gets his art in the gallery now, and he thinks he's a bit
big
sharp,
money. That guy, big money.
Just 1 or 2 pieces, right? Don't you worry. We'll knock him down to size. You see, you talking about these guys like Indel and Mr. Hansel and Easy Beezer. How did you get involved in the community in the first place?
So Rare Pepes was just an accident, really. I was into crypto before, and I was trading, and just counterparty. Well, it was in the early days, like when these people like are brand new and they get into it and they like see every little shitcoins like, wow, this new project's amazing. I can't believe they're going to do this, disrupting the cloud market or disrupting the hotel holiday
Industry.
shark swimming dolphin industry. I don't know. Yeah. Whatever. Yeah, that's what I was like back then. So Counterparty was one of the top 10 coins, and I was like, wow, Counterparty is fucking awesome. You can like register names and you can do all this decentralized exchange. This is amazing. So I was in the Counterparty chats, and the Rare Pepe had actually already been going for like a couple of months, maybe a few months, because I think they must have been on like series 12, 13, 14 or something by the time I got into it. And just saw the Pepes being posted, and I was like, yeah, I love this. And I made my own one, and when that sort of came out, I was like selling it for Pepe Cash, and when I got Pepe Cash I could buy more Pepes, and so that became my life for like a year or even a year and a half. And I'll be up all night with Book of Orbs. I don't know if have you ever seen Book of Orbs?
No, I haven't, no.
So Spells of Genesis, the gaming company that predates Rare Pepes, who were also on Counterparty, they had an app called Book of Orbs, and it was like the decentralized exchange, but in a phone app on iPhone, which still hasn't been repeated yet to this day, mainly because Apple and those shitheads stopped people from doing like decentralized exchanges because they wanted their cut of the money, didn't they? But yeah, Book of Orbs was really cool, and I used to just like lie in my bed at night with all the lights off and just Book of Orbs on my screen, just seeing what Pepes I could buy, but making more Pepes so I could buy more Pepes, and yeah, that was it. That was the life cycle, really.
Did you think it would get this far, where you'd be at
no.
a gallery in London and having your works sold all around the world?
No, not at all. I mean, there was some people in the chats like who were just like, this is going to be massive. Even back then, this is going to be massive. This is going to take over the world. I'm not selling my Rare Pepes until they're worth $1 million, blah, blah. And I took that as a joke and like part of the fun of being in this community. That was kind of what the whole like thing about Pepe was in the first place. The rarity and stuff of the meme itself. So yeah, I played along with that, and but actually it started to happen, hasn't it? Like, I mean, some of these Pepes have sold for more than $1 million, and yeah, it's nuts. It's really nuts. But I mean, the other thing is, it was just so cool to be part of this community, and then to see everything that came afterwards, and like to just know the history so well because of living it, really, and being able to go to these sort of places and just know everything that's there, and just know who everyone is, and yeah, it's a real blessing, really. And I've just been to Barcelona to the Historic NFT Fest, which is ran by Dada NYC, and like I've followed those guys ever since the beginning, and and the whole, I mean, just everything, the whole story. It's just so great to have lived it, and I feel so lucky, really. And in a way, it's just like making frog memes that's made that happen.
It is when you actually take a step back from it,
Yeah.
or try to view it from the eyes of, let's say, your parents or
Yeah.
like a sibling or something like that. That's been involved. It's today. Well, we were in that auction room today. We watched a bunch of fully grown people
Yeah.
bid on front pictures.
Yeah.
You know, that's
JPEGs.
kind of JPEGs.
Yeah.
And some actually some
There was some physicals.
some
yeah.
physical.
I'm wearing a
You
beanie
are.
hat right now, which I won from Satvik Sats, hand stitched Pepe on the front,
Get involved.
champagne Pepe.
by
Although
them.
it's actually Prosecco Pepe. so-
Prosecco Pepe,
yeah.
of course. But yeah, it does
Slight
seem
step down. From it. But it'll do.
that's okay. It's dank, isn't it? That's what it's
Yeah,
dank champagne Prosecco.
It's probably
So
white cider actually.
yeah,
but pretending to be.
yeah, it's white lining.
That's what I meant. Yeah.
Yeah, it does seem a bit surreal, doesn't it? How,
Yeah.
but it's as you say, it's brought together an incredible community of people that believe in this. And a lot of people I've been talking to today, you know, if you said, you know, this is the next street art, and we're at the beginning of this kind of revolution.
Oh, yeah.
What
I
do
mean,
you-
I think it's more than that. Yeah. I mean, it's like a whole paradigm shift to take this digital world that we haven't been able to. You haven't been able to create true scarcity. I mean, it really is Bitcoin that's allowed this to happen. Like, and just the technology of being able to create scarcity in a digital world, like provable scarcity in a digital world, means that you can transfer anything you want to be scarce onto it. And I'm surprised actually now that I think about it, why didn't NFTs happen earlier? It's like as soon as there was this scarcity thing, why didn't someone think, art? Well, some people did, to be fair, and they didn't get it right. And so, you know, I guess like Spells of Genesis and Rare Pepe's was the first, at least big community thing to get it right. But anyways, yeah, it's a massive thing, and I think this. I was skeptical at first, even myself, like as to whether this was going to be as important as it was. But yeah, I really think this is like a major moment, and it's so cool that Rare Pepe's are at the front of it, and not just because of NFTs, but because there's the whole like mimetic, meme culture, like is a massive part of human nature, and it's a reflection of human society, isn't it? Like, and like it's so cool that like Rare Pepe's like meme culture is right at the forefront of actually this massive important paradigm shift in digital ownership. So yeah, amen, brother.
Amen and amen. I think it's incredible, and I was actually talking to Pepinado around mimetic culture, and that's a whole topic.
Is Pepinado here?
He's not, sadly.
I was going to say.
No, we need to get him here though.
Yeah.
So,
although that would have made me pretty nervous.
yeah.
I get nervous around celebrities, like,
Yeah,
especially Hansel.
Yeah, well, Hansel, I'm shaking in
So
my boots.
imposing.
I know, he's such an imposing chap. Yeah, I do get. I'd start to sweat around him, but probably not due to nervousness. Just Mr. Hansel in general. Yeah, the mimetic nature and the whole ideas of the memes have just been carried on from generation to generation. You look from the Egyptians, and the irony of Pepe using Egyptian memes like cat. But it's almost like, and perhaps this is going deep, memes are actually the thing that humans are meant to carry on. So rather than the humans controlling the memes, the memes actually control the humans.
They're the ones living through us or making us live through them. Which way round is it? It's like,
And if you want to, and you can also argue that if you want to live forever, all you have to do is live in a meme. If you do that,
meme yourself.
Meme yourself.
Meme your friends.
Meme everyone, and then you can't die. It's impossible. Great memes just can't be killed. I went a bit deep there, didn't I? For a little bit.
It's so deep. I love it. So deep.
This is the thing to do on a wet Wednesday evening here in London.
Still a little bit too early to go so deep.
It is,
But let's turn this recording back on again at 1 a.m. and see where we get.
And then we'll see where we are then, contemplating the meaning of life. So back to the art for the moment then. So you have a physical that I've seen today.
Yeah.
And you're obviously still heavily involved in Kaleidoscope.
Yeah.
What have your plans?
Actually, I'm not. Actually, I don't really have to do very much for tonight.
Just let it run on its own.
Yeah. So So, I started Kaleidoscope, right? So like that's a platform that I set up in like 2018, just for fun. But in the early days, I'm not a great coder, so in the early days, everything that had to be added, I had to do it manually. But in this last build run, I paid for someone to make it all automated, so I didn't have to do that. Because there was literally there was like tens. Oh, I don't want to say thousands because we still haven't got to like what we at. Like, I think we're up at 2,000, maybe 2,500 NFTs on there now.
Wow.
But yeah, so 10 or 15 a day that I just couldn't keep on top of. So yeah, it's all automated. I don't have to do anything. Sometimes I forget to even pop into the chat for like 5 days in a row. Sorry, everybody. But yeah, it's up there, and it's good fun to have that, and yeah.
I particularly love Kaleidoscope because it's such an entry level place where you can just get
very
stuck
basic,
in.
very entry level.
But I don't mean that in a negative way. If you come across
no,
that,
it's a positive.
It's definitely positive. You cut your teeth on getting involved in Kaleidoscope as one of your first communities, and it's really, really easy to get involved. Yeah. What plans have you got with your art and any projects now you got going into the future?
I kind of tend not to have plans. Like I do whatever's like interesting at the time. So like the whole reason I ended up like in this community and in this space was just from faffing around and a big accident, and just because of something I was interested in for fun. So I make sure that I'm having fun, like work on things that I'm enjoying. So like I've been doing a little bit of generative art stuff, which is kind of cool. But again, like I'm not a good coder, so like it kind of ends up stupid. But that makes it fun. So yeah. I like to get on Dada NYC and do some drawing because they've got their drawing platform, which is really cool, and just being part of that community is awesome. They're all just such lovely people. Come to events like this. Meet more people. Just make sure I'm having fun and enjoy what I'm doing, really.
And see come what may, then, is it?
Yeah, and then whatever comes out of that, because usually, that's what this whole thing has proved. Like, if I follow what I'm enjoying, then you end up in a place that you enjoy being in, really.
Yeah.
So,
which is a step.
Yeah.
It's like Old Brompton Gallery.
Yeah.
On a Wednesday night in London.
This is what I love. We're here. We're waiting for the next person to fall into the road. Yeah.
Listen, I really appreciate the time you've given to me. It's getting a bit cold, so we do need to get back in. But thoroughly appreciate your time.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.